with Murphree. I am the owner of Carpe Diem Preschool. We have 3 locations, Richardson, Allen, and Frisco, and a 4th coming up in Southlake.
My name is Michelle Davidson. I am the director here at Carpe Diem Private Preschool in Allen. And I'm also a parent. I've got 2 children that attend the school.
And how old are your kids?
One is 3 and one will be is 1.5.
And is that how you ended up working here?
No, actually my daughter was in the pre-K program in the Frisco location.
When it first opened.
When it first opened, and I did my research. My background is in early childhood education, and it's very hard to find quality programs, and I'm very picky. And I had known about the Carpe Diem in Richardson, but I lived in West Frisco at the time, and that was just, the drive was too much. So, but then I found out it just opened in Frisco, and it was just perfect. And so 4 years later now I'm working here. So
Wonderful.
And that's how I really got started with Carpe Diem. It was just a need, something to fill a need that I had, which was to continue working as in human resources. But I wanted a school that really had a lot of integrity and really provided everything, a rich curriculum, low ratios, music, Spanish, computer, and just a really loving, nurturing environment that really had, the integrity of child development, not just you see it in the brochure, but in the classroom it doesn't live it. So that's how Carpe Diem was started in 2001, and it was for our son, who is now 9, and Carpe Diem is approaching its 9th year.
Unbelievable. How many classrooms do you have?
We have about,
On average?
on average, 13 classrooms. I mean, our building is spacious. We have a lot of multi-use classrooms, such as our music room and our library where we do Spanish. We have a huge activity room where the kids can come in and play when it's, the weather's not nice. We live in Texas. It's either too hot, too cold. There's only a few months out of the year that we actually get to go outside and enjoy it. So there's enough space in there for them to really play and do more organized, activities. And we also have drama classes that once a week that we use in the activity room for the kids.
And also we have a physical fitness class called Kinetics that utilizes the activity room. And what's great about that is the coach is amazing. She's so good with all the children, from the 2-year-olds to the 4-year-olds, and the teachers. We have a teacher in there that could be helping or at least observing, gives them ideas to use those. So on those days, if the children cannot go outside, they have ideas on how to do those large gross motor activities that they just take from the Kiddo Kinetics.
Yeah, there's some giant big balls in there, all kinds of really fun stuff to
Yeah, and
play
it's
with.
just a nice space because a lot of parents, are really busy working parents, and it's really difficult to pick up your child, take them to gymnastics, to ballet or gym or anything like that. So we provide a service where, it's a small fee, and since they're already here, they can do those extracurricular activity here, and by the time parents pick up, they're already done. They can come home, it's settled, they have dinner, and it's just more time spent with them. And it's nice to have that space. A lot of schools don't, and I think it's very useful.
Do you offer enrichment classes to children that are in elementary school that can come after?
We do. We have a summer program. It's called Summer Camp, and we have different themes that they come and do all kinds of field trips, activities.
Age-related.
Yes, it's age-related, and then we also have an after-school program that that we pick up from the local schools, elementary schools in the area.
So you do the pickups? You offer pickup?
We do
That's a great
pickup.
service.
They do homework here and have snacks. Our ratio's really low. And I think that's what the big difference is between us and a lot of other schools, is really the quality of the teachers and our ratio. And it makes a huge difference. And I think it's a little bit harder to sell because it's not something so tangible and see, you don't go into this building and go, wow, it's.
Well, you kind of
it's
do because it's
Disney.
beautiful.
I mean, it is a beautiful building, but we utilize it 100%. It's
Right.
not there for eye candy or to wow you. Your tuition is really going to your teacher, the staff, the
Well, you offer a
curriculum.
service.
Yes, we do.
So, and that's what they're paying for.
Right.
You get what you pay for.
Right.
Well, and I think that's the key. What Ashley brought up is the degree teachers, so at least one degree teacher in every classroom. Your children are going to be spending majority of their day with the teachers. So it's great if the parents like the administrators, they could like the building, but when it comes to the connections between the teachers and the students, and making sure the teachers know what they're doing, they know how to interact, supervise, assess, instruct, with the children. That's the most important thing to me as a parent. I want to make sure that these teachers are knowledgeable, have the training, have the professional development,
Absolutely.
and that they're caring and warm, because that's who my children are going to be with all day. So to me, that's the most important thing.
Well, and my background is in human resources, and so when I started the school, although I wanted to have a curriculum and everything, I understood the big picture, which is to have happy parents, you have to have happy children. To have happy children, you have to have happy staff and teachers. And so it started from the back end. So my whole purpose was to really cultivate a professional culture, to provide paid time off that is pretty comparable to corporate world. Our teachers get 2 weeks the first year, 3 weeks.
Wow.
2 weeks from 2 to 4, and 3 weeks. Did I say that?
Yeah.
And so we provide medical benefits. We provide.
Wow, that's almost
401k.
unheard of.
We have
Right.
a lot of benefits, and so and you see it as a result is that you have happier, more professional employees because we're able to attract
Oh,
better
you don't have that
people.
turnover.
Yes. And we have people who stay with us for a very, very long time,
Mhm.
and that really is our core staff.
Well, and there's so
And-
much comfort in that for a parent not to have that constant turnover, because turnover is challenging for kids. It's really
Absolutely.
tough for them when they lose a caregiver and have to constantly be getting close to somebody different. So
Right.
that's a lot of comfort. Can you talk a little bit about curriculum? Because I know that's a big distinction for the Carpe Diem schools, is what an amazing curriculum you have.
And I think part of it is that you have to live it, because I think for most parents it's really confusing, because you go and you look at every brochure, every website, it says the same thing, developmentally appropriate, it uses all these terms, Montessori, child-friendly, all these things, but at the end of the day is how do you implement that? And for us, we follow what has been proven in the last 50 years to be sound, good research, which is children learn best when they can actually be on their feet, feel and see it, touch it, and it's called an integrated curriculum. We are theme-based, but we pull all the subject matter into an activity to where it's not rote learning. They're not going to be memorizing things and regurgitating it back. It's not about doing 10 worksheets today and 12 worksheets tomorrow, because that is not meaningful. Children learn best when it's meaningful to them, just like us. We're going to remember things that we've actually enjoyed doing. So instead of learning, if it was the farm animals that month, instead of just reading books about it and then coloring in dittos of farm animals and counting how many apples there are in a worksheet, it is so much easier, and it's actually better for them when they actually get to feel an apple, touch it, cut it open, talk about how it's grown, what color, what it tastes like, and then use it to stamp it, read about it. And we have a farm, the animals from a farm,
The Westland Ranch.
yeah, the Westland Ranch come and they get to touch it and they're like, oh, that's an alpaca. I saw that in the book, and I actually get to see it, touch it. And that's what a little baby goat looks like. And that's that's the biggest difference in our curriculum.
So if people want to find out more information, where do they need to go?
www.carpediempreschool.com, or you can call us at our 3 locations,
Yes.
Allen, Richardson, and Frisco, and in August, South Lake.
Wonderful. That's so exciting. Well, thanks, ladies, for taking the time to talk to us about all the amazing programs at Carpe Diem, and we wish you guys tons of continued success.